In the grand halls of Downton Abbey, the family enjoys luxury, celebrations, and the admiration of all who visit. But behind every perfect dinner, every smooth event, and every solved problem, there are unseen heroes working quietly. The staff Carson, Mrs. Hughes, Anna, Bates, Daisy, and more move through the corridors, their work invisible, their impact immeasurable. Sometimes it is not the family, but the staff who prevent disaster and save lives. This is their story, the moments where they step out of the shadows and into heroism. Downton Abbey is more than a house. It is a living, breathing world where every detail matters. From the sparkling silver in the dining room to the perfectly folded napkins at the evening dinner, someone is always working, always watching. The family may take credit for the elegance and order, but it is the staff who keep the heart of the estate alive. Carson, the head butler, walks through the halls like a shadow, commanding respect, silently anticipating every need before it is voiced. His steady presence is a reminder that Downton runs on precision, not chance. Meanwhile, Mrs. Hughes, the housekeeper, moves through the servant corridors with quiet authority. Her eyes miss nothing. She knows when a vase wobbles on a shelf, when a servant is tired, and when a small mistake could turn into a disaster. She is the calm in the storm, the organizer of chaos, ensuring that the unseen machinery of the house functions without interruption. Together, Carson and Mrs. Hughes form the backbone of Downton Abbey's hidden world. In the kitchens, Anna and Daisy bustle with energy and care. Anna tends to the family's personal needs, offering comfort and protection where the world outside cannot reach. She moves with grace and purpose, always present but rarely noticed. Daisy, young and full of eagerness, is learning the ways of service, discovering how small actions like placing a candle carefully or noticing a spill can prevent accidents and save the day. Every day, they work unseen, their contributions invisible to the family, but critical to the estate's safety and order. Even beyond the immediate tasks, the staff protects the family in moments of real danger. Letters are delivered, secrets are guarded, and sometimes a timely word or action prevents heartbreak. Their loyalty is unmatched because it is rooted in love for the home and respect for the family. In a world of fine dresses, carriages, and grand balls, it is these quiet moments behind the curtains where real heroism unfolds. These are the unseen stories of Downton Abbey, where the staff is not just serving, they are saving. It was a quiet afternoon at Downton Abbey, the kind of day where the sunlight streams through the tall windows and everything seems calm, but calm can be deceiving. In the grand dining room, a simple mistake, a misplaced letter, an overheard word, a minor accident was about to ripple into something far worse. The family, wrapped in their own lives, had no idea that a crisis was silently unfolding right under their noses. Only the staff noticed. Only they were watching. Carson had been polishing the silver when he spotted it, a vase teetering on the edge of a sideboard, a small detail, almost invisible, but enough to ruin the entire afternoon. Without hesitation, he moved steady hands, catching the vase just before it crashed. A simple action, yet it saved more than just a vase. It preserved dignity, prevented an argument, and kept the household running smoothly. This was the kind of moment that would go unnoticed. Yet it was the very heartbeat of Downton Abbey's safety. Meanwhile, in the kitchens, Anna and Daisy were already in motion. A forgotten dish, a stove left unattended, could have caused a fire in moments. Anna, calm and precise, guided Daisy to adjust the flame and check the oven, averting a disaster that could have threatened the entire house. Daisy's hands trembled at first, but Anna's quiet confidence gave her courage. Together, they worked like a silent shield, protecting not only the family, but the legacy of Downton itself. Even the unseen messages mattered. A letter that could have revealed a secret, causing scandal and heartbreak, was intercepted and delivered at the right moment by Mr. Bates. His knowledge of timing and discretion turned a potential crisis into a quiet triumph. Every action, every gesture by the staff that day went unnoticed by the family, but it changed the course of events. Their heroism was invisible, their courage silent, yet their impact was undeniable. Downton Abbey, with all its grandeur, owed its stability to these quiet guardians who moved through shadows, always ready to act, always ready to save the day. The true weight of heroism at Downton Abbey is often carried in silence. While the family enjoys the splendor of balls, dinners, and conversations in the sunlit halls, the staff bears burdens invisible to everyone. They save lives, prevent disasters, and keep secrets, yet their courage is never celebrated. Every risk they take is a quiet act of loyalty, an invisible thread holding the estate together. Take Anna for example. Protecting Lady Mary's reputation was not just about discretion, it was about stepping into danger quietly. A misplaced word or misjudged action could cost her position, or worse, ruin someone she cared for. Every glance she stole, every whispered correction, every careful intervention carried weight. Yet she never faltered. Her loyalty was her armor, her courage silent but resolute. Daisy, still learning her role, felt the pressure differently. Every small task carried the potential for disaster. A dropped tray, an unnoticed spill, a forgotten instruction, any mistake could affect the family in ways they might never see. She learned fast that her mistakes were not just her own, they could ripple across the household. And so, every step she took was deliberate, every action measured. Even small victories felt monumental because they meant the safety and happiness of those above stairs. Carson and Mrs. Hughes embodied the quiet discipline of invisible leadership. Carson, with his sharp eyes, would notice the faintest sign of trouble, a wayward guest, a subtle insult, a minor accident brewing into something major. Mrs. Hughes, calm yet unyielding, would guide others, balancing empathy with authority. Knowing that the smallest oversight could cost more than just pride, it could cost peace, safety, or trust. Every decision they made carried weight, yet no applause followed their actions. The beauty of Downton Abbey lies not only in its grandeur, but in these quiet sacrifices. The staff's heroism is never loud, never announced. It is measured in small gestures, a steady hand catching a vase, a timely warning, a secret kept. Their bravery is intimate, often lonely, and profoundly human. Without their silent sacrifices, the elegance and harmony of Downton would crumble. They are the invisible lifelines, walking corridors filled with unseen tension, hearts racing in moments no one else would ever know. Quietly saving the world of the family they serve, the halls of Downton Abbey are filled with laughter, music, and conversations about love, scandal, and ambition. But if you look closer, you'll see the true lifeblood of this grand estate, the staff, moving silently through the background, carrying the weight of the household on their shoulders. Every polished silver, every perfectly timed meal, every carefully delivered message is a testament to their dedication. Yet, their bravery often goes unnoticed. Their sacrifices never applauded. It is in the quiet moments that their heroism shines the brightest. A nurse tending to a sudden illness, a butler diffusing a brewing conflict before it reaches the family, a housekeeper calming frightened hearts in the kitchen. Their courage is invisible, but it is the force that keeps Downton running. Without them, the estate would fall into chaos, and the family would face challenges far greater than they realize. These are the unsung heroes, whose acts of loyalty are woven into every corner of Downton Abbey. Even more profound is the emotional toll they carry. Every secret kept, every danger averted, every personal desire sacrificed for the family leaves a mark. Anna walks through the corridors carrying unspoken fears. Carson bears the weight of perfection in every hallway he commands. Daisy's eagerness is tempered by the understanding that one small mistake could ripple into disaster. They carry the family's burdens as if they were their own, and yet they do it quietly, without expectation of gratitude. In the end, Downton Abbey is not just the home of a noble family, it is a home sustained by courage, patience, and selflessness. The grandeur of the estate, the elegance of the dinners, the safety of its inhabitants, all rest on the quiet strength of those behind the scenes. They may never receive a toast, a compliment, or even a word of thanks, but their legacy is profound. The staff doesn't just serve, they save. And in the shadowed corners of this magnificent house, in the silent corridors and busy kitchens, they remind us that true heroism is often unseen, but it shapes the world in ways everyone else only feels, never fully knows. Long after the grand parties are over, the chandeliers are dimmed, and the carriages have rolled away, Downton Abbey remains alive not because of the wealth or titles within its walls, but because of the staff who keep its heart beating. Their work is often invisible, yet it shapes every story that unfolds here. The bravery of Carson, the steadfast guidance of Mrs. Hughes, the quiet courage of Anna, the careful diligence of Daisy, and the unflinching loyalty of Bates, they are the true guardians of the estate, protecting more than just the family's possessions. They protect lives, reputations, and the very soul of Downton. It is in their small gestures that the real stories unfold. The subtle glance that prevents a misunderstanding, the steady hand that stops an accident, the whispered reassurance that calms fear. These are acts of courage that go unnoticed by the world above stairs but resonate deeply within the house. Each member of the staff carries an invisible weight, yet they bear it willingly, silently, and with dignity. Their heroism does not seek recognition. It only seeks the well-being of the household they love and serve. The legacy they leave is one of quiet strength and unwavering devotion. Downton Abbey may be admired for its grandeur and celebrated for its history, but its true story lies in the corridors, the kitchens, and the servants' quarters. It is a story of sacrifice, courage, and heart, a reminder that heroism does not always wear a crown. Sometimes it wears an apron, a uniform, or a simple dress, and moves unseen. Yet changes everything. As the sun sets over the estate, casting golden light on the stone walls, one truth becomes clear. The family may be remembered in portraits and diaries, but the staff will live on in every perfectly set table, every smooth event, every life quietly saved. Their courage may never be celebrated with fanfare, but it resonates in the legacy of Downton Abbey itself. And perhaps that is the truest form of heroism, the kind that asks for nothing in return, yet leaves the world immeasurably better than it found it. As the night falls over Downton Abbey, the estate is bathed in a soft, golden glow, quiet and serene. The family rests, unaware of the countless small crises averted, the whispered warnings given, the subtle interventions made by those who walk the corridors unseen. The staff moves like shadows, carrying the weight of the household with grace and unwavering focus. Their work is done in silence, their heroism hidden in moments no one will ever see, but without them, everything could unravel. Carson straightens a fallen candlestick in the dining hall, his eyes sharp and vigilant, even when the last guest has left. Mrs. Hughes checks the pantry, making sure every detail is perfect, every potential problem quietly prevented. Anna adjusts a cushion on a chair. Daisy wipes a spill that no one above stairs will ever notice. These actions may seem small, but they are the invisible threads holding the entire house together. Every act of care, every quiet intervention, protects not only the family, but the spirit of Downton itself. The beauty of their heroism is that it requires no recognition. They do not act for praise or reward. They act because they love the home, the people, and the life they protect. The victories of the staff are quiet, intimate, and profound. In saving the day, they shape the experiences of everyone above stairs. Their courage hidden in plain sight, their sacrifices woven into every corner of the estate. As the camera lingers on the empty corridors, the flickering candlelight, and the soft rustle of activity behind closed doors, one truth stands clear. Downton Abbey is more than its family, it is the legacy of those who serve it. The staff may never appear in the headlines or the portraits, but their presence is felt in every graceful dinner, every safe passage, and every life saved. They are the silent architects of harmony, the unseen guardians of tradition, the shadows that shape Downton. And in their quiet heroism, they remind us all, sometimes, the ones who save the day are the ones you never see but you can always feel, even as the estate falls silent and the family retreats to their rooms. The heartbeat of Downton Abbey continues quiet, steady, and invisible. The staff, unseen by those they protect, has already ensured that the day's crises have been averted, that every life, every secret, every delicate balance remains intact. Their work is done, yet its impact lingers. The family may never know the dangers avoided, the mistakes prevented, or the small tragedies quietly turned into triumphs, but the estate, and everyone in it, owes everything to them. In the kitchens, Anna and Daisy move with practiced care, tending to details that may seem ordinary, but are extraordinary in their consequences. Carson walks the halls, his watchful eyes ensuring no misstep goes unnoticed. Mrs. Hughes, calm and resolute, organizes, plans, and guides with a steady hand. Their efforts are woven into the very fabric of Downton, forming a silent network of courage, loyalty, and love. Each small act of attention, every moment of quick thinking, is a lifeline. The grandeur and history of Downton Abbey are defined not only by the family who lives above stairs, but by those who walk below, unseen, yet indispensable. They are the quiet heroes whose legacy cannot be measured in titles or wealth, only in lives preserved, reputations protected, and a home kept whole. Their heroism is not celebrated in the halls, but it shapes everything. Without them, the stories of Downton would be incomplete, fragile, and fleeting. As the candlelight flickers across the empty corridors, one truth shines clearly: heroism does not always need applause. Sometimes it walks quietly behind closed doors, in uniforms, aprons, or simple dresses, moving unnoticed, yet changing everything. These are the heroes in the shadows, the staff of Downton Abbey. They save the day, they preserve the family, and they ensure that the heart of the estate keeps beating. And in their quiet courage, they leave a legacy far greater than any title or treasure. A legacy of loyalty, devotion, and unseen heroism that defines the true spirit of Downton Abbey.